So check this out. I got an email from a young man who has been with his girlfriend since high school. He is now in college and soon to be a professional athlete. Greatest dream of all time, right? Now, he told me to share his story, but he did want to keep it as anonymous as possible because he doesn't want anyone knowing about this. He doesn't even want me to specify the sport itself. But we went back and forth for a little while. I got to see pictures of him, of his future wife, and the other person in this story. Let me give you guys a little bit of detail. Like I said, he has been with his girl since high school. He is now in college, and it's looking very, very promising that he will be a professional athlete. Tall guy, jacked guy, handsome guy, perfect smile. Every girl's dream, right? They're about 3 months away, give or take a little bit, from their actual wedding day. He gets an anonymous message from somebody that I'm assuming is one of the future wife's girlfriends of screenshots of text messages and an actual video, like a secret video where the person put the phone upside down like this and you can like see up the future wife's nose almost as they're talking. Looks like they're having like a picnic or something, sitting out in a park or something. This girl that he has been with since high school, the love of his life, has been seeing another guy, and her and the lover boy are bragging about their plan for her to follow through with the wedding when he gets his big contract. She's planning on divorcing him, and her and lover boy run off into the sunset with half his shit, as she says. Now, granted, I don't know how well that plan would play out. I don't know the laws exactly on the state that he's in and whatnot, so I'm not sure how that would play out. But the fact that this young lady has that plan is sickening. And you guys want to know the worst part that goes against all logic? The guy in the story, our victim here, he is the tall, handsome, jacked guy with the perfect smile and a future as bright as the sun itself. And the lover boy is a bum couch surfer that's not handsome, not tall, not jacked, doesn't have a great smile, doesn't even have a car. He has nothing going for him. Nothing going for him. In fact, my client, if you will, the guy that emailed me, he was laughing to me, talking about how in the text message, in the screenshots, the future wife was frustrated with Loverboy because he had to borrow his buddy's car for them to meet up and fool around and stuff. Like, bro, for a normal guy to hear this story, how the hell do you think that makes them feel? And again, I shouldn't cuss because YouTube really stifles the reach on my videos when I cuss, but I have to cuss. Like, how fucking toxic and twisted do you have to be of a person to do something this stupid? And I think it's probably just like the feminism and the girl boss and the woman versus man war, that a girl would be this stupid and this toxic to get off on this game instead of seeing what she has in front of her. How lucky she is. And also, been together since high school and you have no bond at all, how toxic do you have to be to think this way and to be this way? High school sweetheart, soon to be married, and that doesn't mean jack shit to you. You get more enjoyment off of cheating and running off behind his back and having a master plan to take him to the cleaners when he's the one out here accomplishing. Not to mention he is the catch. You guys, you know that I've said many times I try to be positive and I try to combat the doom and gloom and all the like black pill guys. But I'm telling you, man, shit like this makes it very, very difficult. If you can be a guy that's accomplished this much, and not to mention you're just genetically born with, like I said, the handsome face, perfect smile, good physique, all that good stuff. Still not enough. Still not enough. That's why I've said many times to you guys that talk about, all these outside factors to like get women. I've always said women don't give a shit about anything more than how they feel about you. Let me say that again. Women mainly only care about how you make them feel. What emotions arise when you come up in their mind? And I tell you guys all the time, I've seen this many times growing up. I'm 38 years old. I'm like uncle status now. I've seen it many times. I've seen the handsome guy that makes tons of money. I've seen him get cheated on by a woman that's sleeping with the bum guy that no woman should really desire or would really desire. And it's not even the bedroom because, a lot of times these bum guys they're no good in the bedroom. They're no good anywhere. It's just the thrill of doing something they shouldn't be doing more than anything. That's how toxic a lot of people in general are today. They get off more on the thrill of doing something that they shouldn't be doing. They get off on that more than the actual outcome of what they're doing. Most people that cheat, they regret it. Make no mistake. The vast majority of people that cheat, they're in lust with the thrill of doing something they shouldn't be doing. But the actual person they're dealing with, they don't even like. Especially once the dust settles and everything's out in the open. They go, what the hell did I do? But this story, I think, had to be shared for one, to show you guys, be selfish, especially men. Be very selfish with your time, your money, and your friends and family. I'm sorry, ladies, and a lot of you guys don't want to hear this either. If you're not married to a great woman, if you're just dating, your money, your fitness, your health, and your friends and family need to always come before the girls you date. Let me be very clear on that. You can quote me when I say this. Your money, your fitness, your health, and your family always come before girls that you date. Always. No exception. There's no excuse to put a woman ahead of yourself. There's not. And I'll argue, even if you get married, you don't do that. A lot of you don't want to hear that. I don't care. Because if you don't love yourself a little bit more, you stop being the prize. Because let's be honest here. Women get very bored very fast today. And they have this thing that's undefeated. Even if you are the top tier 1% giga chad that is soon to be a professional athlete, still not enough. Not enough. They still get bored. She's bored. She finds more excitement sleeping with the couch surfing bum with bad breath, no car, no job, not handsome, not jacked, no money, no future, no nothing. But that's more exciting than this predictable path, seemed to be predictable in her eyes, I guess, of this soon-to-be pro athlete. In fact, the screenshots he sent me said that. She talked about how he is a great guy. He's always been good to her. The future's bright, but she isn't happy. She isn't happy. She isn't excited. She needs to be excited. She's not as stimulating as the other guy. How toxic do you have to be? What are we producing, you guys? Like what? I don't want to be the guy that just complains, but what are we producing? What the fuck is going on where a high school sweetheart that you were supposed to have such an amazing bond with, you're such an amazing bond with this person, doesn't mean shit. You make fun of them in text messages and in videos. You brag about planning on taking them to the cleaners. Oh, I'm hot today. Oh, I'm hot today. God almighty, man. All right, guys. I just wanted to share that. Hopefully one of you gets something out of it. Look out, man. I'm not saying to be doom and gloom. There's good women out here, I'll say it again, but my God, they're getting to be few and far between. Look out for red flags. If you see any slight red flag, do not ignore it. And again, men, listen to me. Get out a notepad and a pen. Oh, we're going old school, pen and paper today. I want you to write this down on a notebook. And I want you to look at this every day. Your money and your fitness and your health and your family are top priority. Chasing pussy does not go in that list. Bending over backwards with your head out through your ass to make some pretty girl happy is not a priority. No, not a priority. Write that down because that's the only way you win. You don't win by chasing women that aren't even satisfied with a soon-to-be pro athlete that is all of the things that everyone seems to supposedly want to strive to be. Do you the same way these women are doing them. I love you, women, but you're very selfish. You're only worried about doing you. You will leave a perfect relationship 3 months away from getting married, and you'll leave it because you're not happy in that specific moment. Men, wake up. It's time to be selfish. It's time to be greedy. You can still be nice and respectful and a gentleman, but you need to love you a little more than you love these women. Because trust me when I say they love themselves more than they could ever love you. Please understand that.